So we're doing a gimbal today, and I recorded this video yesterday and realized I didn't hit the record button on one of the cameras. So doing it again, and as you can see right here, everything is out of the box. So the unboxing is going to be a lot faster today. Anyways, this is I can't pronounce the name. It's AoChuan, maybe something like that. Anyways, here's the box that it comes with. This is the Smart X Pro 3-axis smartphone stabilizer with face tracking, holder with magnetic patch, very cool, and some other great stuff on the back of the box. It also does have, though, a QR code, so you are going to want that for downloading the app for either your Android phone or your iPhone. Of course, I have it on my iPhone. In the box, though, is this. But before we look at that, this is their actual website. Now, they make a bunch of gimbals, so it's kind of depending on your price point and some of the features that you want. If you look at gimbal right here, again, on their website, prices range anywhere from about $100, and that's probably like a single or a dual axis or dual axis stabilizer, all the way up to one of the ones that we have, which again is the Smart X Pro at 190, or the new Smart S2 at 260. But here's one of the things that I kind of like. And if you click on the Smart X Pro, they do have it in different packages. So if you want the standard package, which I think is what I have, there's an extension pole version, one that comes with a storage bag version, and one that comes with both. If you go to both, you jump up about $40. So not horrible. That's Canadian prices. And this is it says, so it's true, this is the easiest 3-axis stabilizer ever, which is nice. It's lock-free design, which is cool. Mobile phone wireless charging function. It has a little LCD screen. They don't say size on here because it is little. And it's the best choice for your mobile photography. Anyways, this is what it comes with, as you can see here on the little thing. The stabilizer itself, a little tripod stand, a Type-C cable, user manuals. Now, be aware, I don't know if it only comes with Asian language. I think this is Chinese, but both of these here there's no English on here, so just kind of be aware of it. Now, I did reach out to them, and they did send me a English manual, so that is there. Now, what it doesn't say in this packing list is this piece, and I'm not 100% sure if this just comes with this or if it's something that you get extra, because when you look at the different photos here, it doesn't seem to have it on there. So I'm not too sure, but this definitely came in the box with mine, and this, as far as I can tell, is maybe something like it's a face detection sensor, or like maybe a LiDAR detector, so that it can, snap onto your face. It's got some different buttons here, power button, like a mode button. So that's kind of neat. Now, what I like about this in general is that I'm just going to bring my phone here. First off, this is really small. Like, if you put it up against my hand, the one thing I would have liked to have seen is this come in some kind of little carry case, just something to protect it, right? If you look at here, everything kind of fits into itself. Like I said, there's no lock points. You just kind of click this open. You'll see here on the back of this one, there's a little lock. I say it's a little lock pin that goes in here, so you kind of know how to align it, which means it's not going to snap. And it's got a snap to it, yes? Same thing up here. When this is extended, there's a little point where it can't go. So spinning this around, you're going to get almost 360 degrees. I'm going to, 350 something degrees of that spin. And then again, you have these 2 points here. So depending on how, I'm guessing, as you can tell by the wording, that would be up. So if you put your phone that way. And the other thing that I think is very cool is it has almost like a little tiny ring light on the back, which really great for those of us that are wanting to do, shoot anything when it's a little bit low light. Maybe you just need a little bit more light on yourself. Just realize that this light is on the back, right? So if you're wanting to shoot yourself and you have your camera mounted this way, it's pointing forward. If you're using the front-facing camera, you're either going to have to turn your phone backwards, or you're going to have to use these cameras and hope that it actually is tracking you properly and that it locks on. Anyways, let's put it on. So again, I'm going to put the wording up, and usually most of these want camera. I don't know if it matters. I guess I'll figure it out. I'm going to put camera up. And even with a pretty thick case, I am going to make sure it's somewhat centered, just to help its balance, right? There it is, somewhat centered. But you can see I'm definitely falling off to the side here. Because I like that. Okay, it's a bit better balanced. There we go. But yeah, it fits with a pretty hefty, you guys can see, pretty hefty case there. So that's my quad lock case. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the power button down here. You'll see it fills up, and boom, we're ready, done. Now, the one thing I found with this when I was testing it the other day is that if you want to move this up and down, maybe it's just me, but it only kind of gets to like that point. Other than that, you kind of have to do the tilt, And I think it's just because of the design. When you push it down, it's fine. Right or left, of course, everything is out of the way, which is good. But like I said, if you are wanting it to go up, it has a reach. Well, see, even there, right? It kind of does this weird spin thing where it's like, nope. If I'm over there, it says, okay, I got a bit more reach. Here, I got a bit more reach. Here, I got a bit more reach. So because of the way it's just kind of designed, there is some areas that you have to kind of be aware of with your spinning. But just, once you kind of get that in your head, that once I'm here, I kind of have to either just keep pushing up so that it stays up, and then I can tilt, and then come back here, and then we're good. Or just don't shoot up too high, I guess. I guess that's kind of the deal. They're figuring that you shouldn't be recording the top of buildings or airplanes, I'm guessing. That's just my thought on it. Down is pretty good. Right and left, of course, goes pretty much all the way around. So that's not an issue at all, which I like. This one kind of goes to there, and then spinning backwards. I should be close to getting myself all the way around so I can shoot myself. So yeah, it's not even as far as I think. It's probably only about maybe 270 degrees. So just kind of be aware of that. 270 degrees on this one. This one here does have that ability to kind of go all the way around, but it just doesn't based on where it's sitting. Now, as you can see here, there's that tiny little screen. There's your on-off button, your record button. If you do bring up their app, so I'll just bring up their app here. See if I can find it. There it is. You will see on here, just kind of bring it up, down, well, up, down, all the things on here. Now you have your home button, which takes you to the back. You do have this one here, which is kind of like I want to say like a beauty filter. So if you tap on that, skin smoothing, it's nothing that I'll use. Here's your FX. So if you want to be like, I want to record in 4K. Now realize your camera on your phone has to be able to record in 4K. You're not going to get 4K just because the gimbal says it can. This one down here, of course, is going to be able to go back and see timing close. It's like a selfie for 3 seconds or a selfie for 10 seconds, flash close, flash on, flash light, camera settings, gimbal settings, grid, anti-shake. So if I said I want the anti-shake on. Now, a lot of times you don't want the anti-shake on if you're using a gimbal because the two of them will kind of fight with each other. You have a pro mode, and if you have a pro mode, you'll see at the bottom that you have your shutter speed and your ISO and your white balance and your manual focus, and you have I think you have like exposure compensation, things like that. And then you have the ability to switch your lens, right? Rear telephoto lens, tap it again, rear ultra wide lens, et cetera, so you can play around with those settings. Over on the other side, you are going to have the ability to do panorama, photo, video, slow motion, time lapse, trajectory delay. That's something. Long exposure and anything else here. Movies. So it has, I'm guessing under movies, it'll have maybe some pre-set up ones, right? Oh no, I see what it is. They're wider. So you get widescreen, right? So you get different levels of widescreen, as well as, you know, being able to do mirror mode and things like that. And this one is Inception. So that's that, if that's something that you feel like doing. Hitchcock is something looks like it stays in the same and the background kind of fades in and out. Not fades, but looks like it's moving. That's the Hitchcock move. I like that they have all these actually as almost like just camera settings, and they're not set up to have to go into a menu to get. So I do like that, you know. All right, let's go back to video. Now here's the other thing that I like with video is, number one is you will see this little tiny hand in the bottom corner, and what's cool is I'm going to bring up this and I'm going to turn the camera around so that it's facing me. Yes, there I am. And if I just do this, it actually just brings up and starts recording. It's lovely. It's just pow. And then I don't want it anymore, and I can be like, yeah, just one of these, and it stops. Like, that's great. The other thing I like too is up here is the little face guy. And if you click on him, you can say face tracking, body tracking, object tracking, you know, and I'm going to say face tracking. And it picks me. And if you watch the gimbal here, just so you guys can see it, or I'll just bring it here, like, it's excellent. Like, it does a fantastic job. It really does. Fantastic job of doing that tracking. Now, this, because again, I'm guessing, I think I know what it does. And this, if all else fails, it should just, I think, just mount on the top here, like so, which is great. And there is a power button on the top. So if I tap on this, you get a blue light that shows up. But I'm not 100% sure what it's doing. Now, I don't know if it's something that helps with focus. I don't know if it has to do with you know, face detection or anything like that. I really am not too sure, because one of the things I did notice, is that when I did mount that on here, I lost my face detraction, my face tracking, and it's just gone. I don't have the hand thing. I don't have. It just started. Well, it is doing that, because I did this, and it started recording. Yeah, and it stops recording. So it is using the top sensor, but I don't know how to get it to do, like, the stuff on the screen doesn't show up, right? So I can be like this once it sees me. There it goes. And there it is. It starts recording, which is great, right? And it does that until it no longer sees me, and then it stops. Yeah, I'll have to do a bit more experimenting, but I do have to say, and I'm not someone that can hold the camera necessarily super steady all the time. Being able to sit here, even this is way steadier than normally I would be able to hold the camera, for sure. You know, I know this for a fact. I'd love to say I'm super steady with my hands, but almost everything that's handheld has to go through some kind of stabilizer, image stabilizer or something on the computer. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent for sure, right? And I have that ability. I can move this around. But what I don't know. I take this off, boom, and stop the recording, and turn this off, I'm guessing. Yeah, and because it must be Bluetooth connected to it, because as soon as it disconnects, you get the face thing back, you get the hand gesture back. And I'm wondering, like, I'm going to turn this back on again. I'm going to turn this back on. I'm doing it. I'm turning it back on. Okay. And this is up there. Okay. And see, as soon as it connects, it loses all the icons on the screen. I'm going to tap this mode. Now there's a green mode. See, the thing has it. So the green mode now is face detection. See how it's detecting me? I see. And if I do this, it'll start recording. Yes, and face detection is working. Coming together. I got it. I understand. You just have to turn the mode on so it knows what it's tracking. Okay, that's cool. I am going to say, though, even without that piece, it does a fantastic job. It really does. It's like just the camera by itself. But I guess it would depend on how good a camera you have, right? If your camera's not great on your phone, then it may have problems with that. But that works really good. All right, the last thing that I want to show you is of course, the light. Now, on the light on the back, I think it's just you tap the power button. Yeah, there it is. So you tap the power button once, you get like 1 power, tap it again, you get a little bit higher power, tap it again, higher power, and then off. So that's going to be really great, because if you are someone that's recording that way and you need a little bit of extra light, you're recording somebody else and you need a bit of extra light, you're going to get that. Or if you spin the camera around and shoot toward yourself, now realize you're doing it kind of blind, you can at least light yourself up a little bit. So that's kind of cool as well. All right, guys, I'm going to take that off because I think it's cool. You know what? If it comes with it, which I'm not 100% sure if it does or not, I think that's very, very cool. And you just kind of hold that to turn it off, right? Now, the other thing that they sent me, not something that I would necessarily use, is they do make these gimbal remote controls. Basically something that allows you to go through and do some of the settings that you would do from here. If you have like an extended selfie stick that you can get with this, and the gimbals, your phone is way out there, then having something like this is definitely beneficial. If you're like me and this is about as far as it's going, then I don't know if I would ever use it. But it's probably fairly inexpensive. All right, guys, this is the Smart X Pro Gimbal, and yeah, I like it. You know, it's one of those things. Again, I don't use gimbals very much because of the time it takes to actually do like run and gun. This actually sets up pretty fast. And the nice thing is as well is that it's small, right? It's small. So if you don't mind just carrying this in your pocket, at least you have it. All right, guys, that's it. That is the Smart X Pro, and links will be down below, and we'll see you guys next video. Later.